Hi there, Consuelo of Consuelo Viola's daughter, and welcome to my podcast. Uh, this is going to be a podcast mostly about crochet, and thank you for stopping by, my existing subscribers, and welcome to my new subscribers. I'm really happy that you came by. And this podcast, as I said, is mostly about crochet. Once in a while, a little story thrown in there, but majority of it's crocheting because that's my first love. I have some tips, some tales, and maybe a toot here and there, a tutorial. We'll see. Today, I would like to ask you when you come in if you would give me a thumbs up um, down there by the description. Um, Subscribe if you don't already subscribe, and if you hit the bell, they'll get all the notifications when I'm on. Then you could share. You definitely could comment. I love getting comments. I read all of them. I try to answer all of them. And if you have any questions, maybe I didn't cover it, I'll be glad to answer it when I read the comments. I try to reply to all of them. I don't have so many that I can't reply, so I definitely would reply. Let me tell you, today's little chat is going to be about some shawls. I made a few of them. Actually, I made them all this week. It was an easy shawl to make. I made it out of various materials and colors. I wanted to see how the pattern worked out in different materials. So I'm going to show it to you. Actually, I have them over here. You probably can see them. I have four. I made four different ones. And they only take like a day to make. And even though I had to, run out and do errands and everything, I still found time to finish one in about 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours to do one. And of course, as I got to know the pattern, it got faster and faster. So let me show you in the order that I made it. It's not a shawl. It's a shawlette. It can actually be used as a scarf, in the winter time. I see my red shows through there. And the cool thing about it is when you make it, it makes the edging the same time you're doing every row. So there's an edging to it. This one is made out of uh, Impeccable by Loops and Threads. It's a Michael's brand, I believe. Um, it's 100% acrylic. And the designer, or the tutorial that I followed on YouTube was BagODay, which is B-O-D as we know, crystal. And she calls it easy shawl for beginners. I don't remember the number. I think it's 118, but I'm gonna look it up. She has so many shawls on tutorials. I'll have to look it up and get the right name and number, and I'll put it down in the description when I do all of that. Right now I can't call it off the top of my head because some of them she doesn't have numbers. A lot of them she has just names. And most of them are easy, so they start with easy shawl or easy crochet because they're easy. So this one, now this I have a story. I think I told you about this one when I was when it was a whip, a work in progress. And I purchased it because, I purchased this yarn because I said, oh wow, that nice olive green yarn. I like that. I don't have anything in that color. I wear olive green a lot now that it's autumn. So it's like, oh, I'll grab a couple of skeins of that, and whatever it makes, it makes. So I picked up two skeins. They're about 250, 230 a yard. A yard's on skein. And so I figured roughly almost 500, give or take a few yards. And I'll make a shawl out of it. I was thinking cowl, but it's cowl shawl. So, but when I got it home, And as you can see on the camera, it looks beige, gray, and tan. And it doesn't look very green, but when I take it in a little more shadowy light, it becomes olive green, like an army camouflage color, or you know what the Marines wear. So I don't know what color this is. I guess it depends on where I am, what time it is with the winter, and you know, you have less light, so maybe it'll be green, or maybe I'll wear both colors when I wear it. And I figured I'd wear it something like this. I have my microphone on, so between my microphone and my hair, I'm a hot mess here. But this is how I probably wear it. Something like that. And I wear like leather jackets most of the time, or jean jackets. So this is what I'll be wearing. But you know, by the time you get into the store or whatever, wherever you're going, you know, doctor's office, I'll be really hot. So this will be all I need between the car and the door of wherever I'm going. So this is how I would wear it, and it's not a full shawl. But of course, you know, you could have just kept going on. If when you see the pattern, you could just keep going on and make it bigger if you want a big one. I didn't want a big shawl. I have lots of big shawls, and I really don't wear the big shawls out. They're more for indoor wear for some reason. And so this is the first one. Now the second one, I'm going to go in the order that I used. Mandela. Oh my God, what's the name of the yarn? Oh, elephant. Doesn't look like elephant, right? I don't know where they got those names from, but that's what they called it. And it's a tweed. It's a Mandela or Mandela, however you say it. Begins with an M. And I'm trying to see if I have the label here. I don't have the label. No, I don't have the label. But it's Mandela tweed, or Mandela, and it's called elephant. That's the color that this is. And you see how it drapes? It drapes completely different. It's a 3. The other one I used, the Impeccable, was a 4, gauge 4. I used a eye hook. This is a 3, and I used the eye hook on this one. Yeah, used the eye hook. It was either I or J, because I was this hair. So I like this one. I love the way it drapes. I love the color changes, how subtly it changes colors. It has every color. This one's not mine. My daughter said, "Oh, I like the shape of that one, make me one," and she picked this color, and so be it. This is hers, although I like it. I think I have another skein or cake of it. I might have to make another one. I'll start from the other end, and then they'll look completely different. And I'll start from the yellow beigey color and have the blue at the top part. So as you can see, it's big enough. You can probably put it on tighter if you like. And it's nice and lacy. And it's like a what do they call it? Cross V-stitch. Can you see it here? Cross V-stitch. I'm trying to see if there's a color. Maybe this pink one you can see better. And it's nicely textured. It has a texture to it. And like if you pull it, if you don't open it up, you see the bars? So all of this is textured. It's one side of the V is on top of the other, because you pick up the back post. So you do a back stitch instead of just straight V, which is 2 double crochets in the same stitch. The second one, you skip one, and then you put the V, the double crochet, and then you pick up the back post of the one that you skipped. It sounds complicated, but it's not. It's really not. It's really easy. Once you get the feel of it, after a while, you end up realizing that you just put the X, I call it X, but it's actually cross stitch V, they call it. You put one on top of the other, so you almost know where to go. And the increase, there's no counting. The increase comes from this little pattern that's on the end, which is 4 double crochets. Oh, they're not double, they're triple. 4 triple crochets, 2 space with 2 chains, 2. And every row you're actually increasing. So it increases on the end and it makes a border on the end. Again, like I showed you in the other one. I don't know if you can see this one better. I think the light color shows better. So you get a nice little ruffly border on the end, and the top is straight, which I like. Comes out perfectly straight. I don't have any knotting or curving. I don't have to worry about if I increase too soon, too fast, not fast enough, whatever. So this is the second one, which isn't mine, although I like it the best. And now I have the third one I made. This one I started Wednesday night or Thursday. I worked on it Thursday. It was done by Thursday. So, yeah, by the end of the day, Thursday, I finished this one. And this I thought was cool to do in a solid color. I wanted to see what happened to it. You can see the stitch definition in it. Has the nice ruffle on the end. It's nice and lacy. And if you can see it, I think you can see it. There's like these little, this yarn has these crazy little pieces. It's this. It's Craftsmart. It's not very expensive, and the color is Cranberry. Just as Cranberry, but it has flex in it. It tells you to use the I hook. I use the J because of this thick. They're triple crochets, but to me this is a really thick 4. And it has a tweed pattern to it. And what did I get? I got 250 yards, or 5 ounces. That's 231 meters, or 141 grams. And I used 1.5. Not even a half, because I got all of this left out of the second one, which is almost a full skein. I'd say a quarter of the skein. So it comes out to be, if you do that, it's between 250 and 300 yards, and you'll have it, which will be closer to 9, maybe 9 ounces, under 10, that's for sure. So that's the third one. And I'm toying with the idea. I don't have a pattern, but I can make it without it. Maybe doing some fingerless gloves and a headband and make a set out of it. People like sets. So, I mean, you know, so this way you're all accessorized. See the nice definition of the stitches? And these are triple crochets, so 1 row, and it's a 1 row repeat. You only have to know 1 row, and it increases by itself if you just follow the pattern that you've been doing all the time. And it's, I'm using my finger, it's over 1 inch. So every row on this yarn, which is a 4, it's a 4, right? Yeah, it's a 4 medium. They tell you to use a 5.5 meter hook, which is a USI. And then this is part 97% acrylic and 3% viscose. And I don't know what's the viscose. Maybe this little flecks of pieces. It looks like you have lint already on your clothes. You see, going close to the camera. See all those little flecks? The camera, they're coming out white, but some of them are brown, some of them are black. So you have it already linted up for you. You don't have to worry about the dog or your potato chips or whatever falls on your scarf. It's there already. So you're gonna look. At least it's gonna be uniform. If I make the fingerless gloves and the headband, then I guess people will realize that that's the fabric. Which is kind of takes all the stress out. You know, in the winter you always have dog hair. I always have lint, and for some reason, the black hair doesn't seem to fall out. But the grays, when I'm wearing black, the grays are long gray hair all over everything. It's Murphy's Law. And so now the fourth one, which I made yesterday, yesterday was Friday. I started it on Friday, and I finished it on Friday. And it's 100% cotton. Actually, it's cotton, what is it called? Hipster cotton. And it's a 3 also. I did this out of this material because I was thinking, wow, maybe I can really get some drape out of this, because this is how I'm going to wear it. As you see, I keep tying it. I tie it the same way. I guess you could tie it this way too. Some people do that. That'll be like choking me, but you could do that. You know, you tie it this way. As long as you cover this area, you should be warm. I usually just tuck it underneath. And it's long enough. It's past my, say it's past this area here. So what more do you want, right? If it's too long, then it starts getting caught up in things. And then you can just do whatever it is that pleases you, whatever color you want to play with. Then you can just do all kinds of things with it. And this is 100% cotton? Get up with the case. Oh. Is it 100% cotton? It's Premier. You know, I've been saying premium. I heard one of my videos, I keep saying premium. It's not premium, it's Premier. So it's Premier Desert Sky is the one I used here, which I think is cool. It has like a Southwest coloring to it. There's some beige in there too somewhere. Where's the beige? Yeah, I think there's a little beige in there. Yeah. And it's called Desert Sky. It's a light 3, and it is a light 3. It's really lacy when you're crocheting with it. And I use triple crochets, so it's really lacy in this fabric. And like I said, you start from the bottom up, and I'll find the name and the tutorial, because it's one row repeat. Once you learn the one row, you just keep doing it, and it increases in the middle. The only place you actually see the increase is in the cross fees. That's where you're actually adding. You started out with 2, and then you end up, you know, increasing by 2 each time. Sometimes 3, I think. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So I like it. I love the stitch, and I did it several times to see what it looks like in different fabrics. This one is bulkier, so you can get a really nice winter feel. And then this one is in between, the Mandela Tweed. It's a little drapier, but it's a 3. It's also a 3. And then this one is very light 4. It's not that heavy a 4. I guess it's light to medium. So that's the different ones I did. And I don't want to stay on here for a long time, so I'm going to move on. So that's pretty much what I have to show you. I was saving them for my friend, VJ, for her Friday. Are you listening, VJ? I saved all of these, and I finished this in time for your live, but somehow you didn't get on, or we couldn't connect. I couldn't find you when you finally did get on. So you had those technical difficulties, and then I had my technical difficulties, and so we missed each other. But I did watch your replay, and I wanted to show you all of these, so I really rushed through this one, which was easy enough. They all came out the same. And how much did I use on this one? I only used 1 skein on this one, because I figured it's already past my navel. It's long. It's already here, and I don't want it any longer. I didn't need it any wider, because it's either going to go over or under a coat. And maybe this is when I'm inside, like, you know, you go to these meetings and the holidays are coming, you're inside the house, and maybe it's just a little nippy, and you need your little, a little something around your neck, then you would wear this one. And if it's a really snowy day, you'd wear one of these heavier ones. But that's why I made this one out of cotton, because I figured, oh, and I can wear it all the way into spring if it's cotton. And we'll see how it washes. I've never washed this yarn. Oh, and last week, in my travels, I went, of course, you know, we had to stop. I stopped by Michael's, didn't see a darn thing I wanted. I went to see if they had anything new or new colors in the BagODay, and I didn't see anything. So I stopped by my old standby DollarTree. Like I said, we have 3, but I stopped by one that's just a little bit further from me, next town over. It's not really far. It's like 12 minutes away. So then I stopped by them, and of course I found my yarn. Also by Premier, and it's Premier yarn. And the thing is, they Premier yarns. The yarn is made in Turkey, but it comes out of North Carolina. So I found this, and I was like, oh, I don't have any of this. Let me move these. Put these over here, and I hope I don't rattle too much. I don't know if you can see them on the table. I'm trying to take them out of the bag so they don't hear all that crinkly. So I found only 2 of these, and I think everybody else knows. A lot of people have this. I couldn't find the colors I wanted. They only had like 1 skein here and there during the summer. But I was thinking this would make great pillows or baby blankets. And it's, what gauge is this? It's a 6. They said it's super bulky, but to me it's not that bulky because I have, what is it? I have real bulky blanket yarn. It's all the way on the bottom. And it's double this size, or maybe triple this size. That's really thick. This one is not that thick. It's the thickness of my ring, which isn't that thick. I would say 3 to 4 millimeters. So it's not thick at all. How many, this color is lavender. Yes, I agree. And then it's by Premier, I said that. It's 100% polyester, and it's 65 yards, 60 meters, 1.76 ounces, or 50 grams. So, 2 of them won't make anything for me other than maybe a blanket cover, or maybe a little toy. Could do a toy, right? Like a bunny rabbit or something. But they'd be small, because, you know, it'd have to be dense stitching. And then this one, I bought 4 of these. They're also the same 6. And then what kind of needle? Oh, not needle, hook. They tell you to use an L? An L. I don't think you need an L. H-I-J. Probably can get away with a J. J or a K. I don't think you need the L unless you really want a lacy pad. This is a beautiful green. I love this green. This is the first color I picked up. And I'm trying not to be greedy. I don't really need any yarn. I have enough yarn to play with. I'm trying to keep my inventory low. You know, that's corporate talk. They keep their inventory low. Only get what you need. And it's also just chenille. And can you see the color? The color's kind of weird. Let me back up. It's burning out. Okay, by my head. It's very light green. Minty. We used to call it mint green. What do they call it? Mint. Oh, wow. Okay, blast from the past. And then I got some yellow. Trying not to make the bags rattle. How many yellows did I get? I have no idea. Oh, I think in my head when I was picking them up, I was thinking I would make a baby blanket or even a Afghan, and it would be basically yellow, maybe kind of a granny square. Somehow I'd work the trim in. I was thinking floral, and that little bitty purple that I have there, I was going to put the purple as the center of maybe a square. But that was like roughly in my head when I was picking them up. But I really didn't want to buy any, and I bought like $20 worth. And this is the yellow, also by Premier, same company, 65 yards, 60 meters, 1.76 ounces, 50 grams, 100% polyester. So I got 6 of those. So what does that work out to be? 65 times 6. Oh boy. Here we go. So that's like 360, roughly 370. That's not enough to do a baby blanket. Or, I don't know, maybe I'll go back and buy some more. So that's that color. And then, now this color looks absolutely horrible on me. And I don't care. Sorry, top of my head. Oh. This looks terrible on me. Let me move this bag. Hope I don't make all that rattling noise. Okay, woo. Oh, there I go again. Oh boy. So it's 6 of them. I'm not gonna try it. I'm not chasing that roll around. I have 5 in my hands. That's all I can handle. This is probably how I looked in the store. So so you can see the color. Now this is not chenille. I'm gonna toss them over here. My couch is right there. So this is just yarn. Look at that color, isn't it? It's kind of, you see, it's the same tone as my skin. And well, in the winter I might be a shade lighter, so it might be some contrast there. But I don't think so, not much. But I could add another color to it, maybe. I like this color though. And I bought it because I like the color, although it's not a good color for me. And I don't know if I could even mix it with no, not yellow. Anyway, this is what I got, 6 of them. And this is worsted. This is 100% acrylic, 131 yards. So it's double. It's double this. This is fluffy, but there's nothing on the skein. So you couldn't do anything unless you have 4 to 6 of those. So this is 131 yards, 120 meters, 2.11 ounce. Or for those who like grams, my friend, is 60 grams. So I bought 6 of these. So 60 grams is 360 grams. Or it's going to be almost a little over 700 yards. So I can make a top out of it. Or a nice hat and scarf, maybe glove set. I'm into the fingerless gloves right now, so that's what I would do with it. Color is called Rose, and it's also a worsted. They call it a worsted. I guess that's for medium 4 is a worsted. So that's all I have, and I've been working on my granny square blanket. And you know, I keep forgetting to buy the extra skein of that Fiesta color that I had. I call it the crazy color. So I'm working on the turquoise. I did 2. So I think I have one or 2 left to make. I'll go and count it again. I have to keep counting it. I can't remember how many I have. And I'll probably start on, well, I have a repair on the top to do, and I'll probably start on I don't want to make another shawl. I think I'm done with the shawl. I'll have to see what I'm going to make. Oh, you know what I was thinking of making? Maybe a cardigan. I made cardigans, but they are like really outerwear, except one of them is like a spring. I'm getting warm already with this cotton on. I'll probably make a cardi. I'm not quite sure. I gotta go look and see. There was a shawl that I wanted to make. It was really complicated, but that's the one I wanted to make. And I might end up doing that. I don't have it here. So I'll probably either do that shawl that it's like all these leaf patterns and the edging is also leafy, but it has a chart. So, you know, I'm going to be, I won't be able to talk to anybody. Like I like to usually crochet and talk at the same time. I won't be able to do that. I'll have